Introducing the Eagles Top 25 Price Freeze. Yes, Eagles have marked down the prices of the top 25 LPs and cassettes to just $8.99. Now that's records and cassettes at 1980 prices. If you're into records, you'll know that prices have risen over the past year. You'd expect to pay up to $10.99 for albums like these. So here's your chance to pick up all the top music by the top artists for just $8.99 each. The Eagles Top 25 Price Freeze. On now at an Eagles store near you.
Grab some sport.
Be a winner.
Grab some sport.
Be a winner.
Go out and grab some sport.
Grab some Bailey's Irish Cream, just $10.99. Or McWilliams Mosack, Valsack and Klausack, only $1.75. Grab a sporting chance to win a 9-day Singapore Airlines Asian Affair holiday to Singapore, $1,000 and a Datsun Stanza Triple S.
Go out and grab some sport.
Look at this. We're everywhere.
There's a new breed of players setting the pace. They're young and they're fit and they're quick. But can they compete with the best in the world? See them try against the stars every week. Showing the game. Feel the roar of the crowd. This is man against man. Doing it proud. Showing the courage. Show him the skill, what it means to be part of a team. Someday he will. It's never the same, unless you're there in the game. It's never the same, unless you're there at the game. It's never the same. This weekend, show your kid the greatest game of all.
By now, Charles was
Introducing the...
Bird. 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 Bird.
When the croak gets beyond a joke, Allen's butter menthols. The butter soothes the throat, the menthol clears the head. Allen's butter menthols.
Good evening. The government of Zimbabwe has denied reports that 3 hostages have been killed. That story coming up in Newsworld in just a few minutes' time.
As we have very clearly seen during this evening, the royal family delight in their children, so one can well imagine the great happiness with which the news of the birth of Charles and Diana's first child was received by their immediate family and, of course, also by the world. So once again...
Australian soldier receives heartbreaking news. He's in England looking for her. A marvellous episode of the great Australian love story, A Town Like Alice, 7:30 Sunday night. And don't miss the Royal Variety performance with Bill Haley and the Comets, Yul Brynner and Red Buttons tomorrow night at 8:30. Coming up shortly, Kay Stammers with Newsworld, and at 11:30, Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff star in The Black Cat.
I came through, and I shall return.
MacArthur, the warrior, has returned.
I'll stay here with my boys.
The proud and defiant rebel.
That man's trying to start World War III, and I'm trying to prevent it.
Monday, for the first time on television, Academy Award winner Gregory Peck as the rebel general.
Where'd you go, Daddy?
The family man.
Whose wife is the general's general.
The military machine who defied a president.
Temporary occupants of the White House. And what do you think Congress would do if I relieved the big general?
We're going home at last.
A giant of a movie event is MacArthur, here on 7 Monday night.
As part of this week's anniversary of the royal wedding, Channel 7 is proud to bring you a superb night of entertainment. See Yul Brynner and Virginia McKenna in The King and I, magic moments with the Bolshoi Ballet, there's Bill Haley and the Comets, laughs from Carol Channing, Red Buttons, and a host of Britain's top comics. The fabulous Royal Variety performance begins 8:30 Saturday.
Look at us fly, open your eyes, open wide and say, ah, Channel 7, all the best, 7, all the best.
Good evening, I'm Kay Stammers. The government of Zimbabwe has denied reports that 3 hostages have been killed. After a day of threatened blockade in Sydney's streets, truck drivers have decided to come back next Friday. And Manly's first soup kitchen opened today. Reports received earlier tonight that 3 of the hostages in Zimbabwe had been killed have now been denied by the Zimbabwe government. A spokesman said no bodies or graves had been found. The earlier reports, also from official sources, said 3 of the 6 foreign hostages, 2 Australians, 2 Britons and 2 Americans, had been killed. The hostages were seized by terrorists a week ago. They threatened to kill them unless their demands were met by today. Truck drivers protesting against the state government's new fuel taxes have ended their partial blockade of streets around State Parliament House. The truckies have been demanding to see the Premier, but they agreed to call off the protest after talks with the Transport Workers Union. Paul White reports.
The blockade, which started about midday, stretched from outside the State Office block back past Parliament House and round to Hyde Park.